Hi, in today's presentation I'm going to show you how to create a stock item on the system. To do that, first of all, we click on the menu here where it shows inventory. We click on the menu below that, it shows jewelry master. And here you'll see there will be a screen that will come up and it will show you a jewelry item. There's a search button and an add button. So we're creating a new jewelry item, so we're going to just click on the add button. It shows you a few different options how you can create the stock code for the item. It's got user defined, which is basically where you can enter whichever letters and numbers you wish the system to display. So for example, I type there ring 123. If I click on your save, you can see it shows you the stock code ring 123. That's one option. Okay, another option is incremental. That means it will basically create an automated number here for you, sequential number. That's one way. Okay, and another way is you can say semi-user defined. This is where you can have your different categories and your classes set up of the item. So for example, the category could be, here we've got something like anniversary rings, and we've got something, for example, eternity platinum rings. Can you see it creates a prefix and then it's got a user code, so you can put in your own numbers and letters behind that, which will appear behind that prefix, which you'll see now. If I click on the save button, there you can see that's one option. Okay, another one is semi-incremental. That means if whatever letters that you display there, once you click on the save button, it'll put an incremental number behind that. So that's one option. Another option. And the last one, which is more commonly used, which is what we call code incremental. So if I click on code incremental, I can create a new category if I want to. So for example, I'm going to say this category, we're going to deal with a ring. You'll see that it says press F2 to quick add. So this category doesn't exist, so we're going to create it. You don't click on the tick or the add button. You can press F2 on your keyboard. See there, it'll come up ring. I can click my mouse below description. It automatically copies the word ring in there. And here where it's got a category code, very important, it's always only 3 letters. So we type in there, for example, RIN. Okay, and we click there save. Very importantly, what I mentioned is when you create these categories, be very specific that make sure you type the letters correctly and don't make any mistakes with the spellings and that. Okay, so now if we've got a ring, let's say we want to deal with all the 18 karat, let's say 18 CT, 18 karat yellow gold. Okay, so I press again F2, click below there, and same thing, I'm only allowed 3 letters, so I'll just say 1, 8 and the C. Okay, so now you can see we created the prefix RIN and 18C. So it actually created that prefix based on those codes that you put under the category and the class there. Okay, so we've done that. We click on the save button. Okay, and if I click on the save, you want to see the stock code out, look straight away. If I click on the save button, there you can see it creates the prefix and the number behind that. And also automatically it's put in your category and your class for that item. So if I want to now continue editing the information, you'll see there's the pencil on top of the paper icon. I click on it, it becomes a save button, and now you can see all the fields are blue, which you're allowed to edit. So now if I want to enter this information for the description, just to mention, once you create the category and the class, as I did that code, if you created another ring and another 18 karat yellow gold, this will change to number 2. So it'll be a new profile item. So here in the description, this is where you're going to enter the description of the item. So we'll say it's a ring. Okay, and we'll say it's yellow gold 18 CT. Okay, so you can put in quite a bit of text information. I'm keeping this just short for now, but this you can put up to quite a number of lines of text information. This is, the box doesn't stop here, it can scroll further on up as it goes. So this description will appear on your reports and on your invoice description that you're going to invoice to your customer. Okay, so it says there the stock source, we leave it on purchased. Then we got a supplier stock code. So if your supplier gives you a code they have specifically for that item, let's say it was RIN123. Okay, so that code that you put in there can be very useful later on if you need to reorder the item from the supplier and you know what item you sold. You can go back and look on the system here and you can see what was the supplier code. Then you've got a supplier. If you want to know who did you purchase that item from, you can record that as well. So I'm just going to give this customer, let's call this let's call this jewelry supplier A. Okay, same thing. If you want to create a new profile of that supplier, it says there F2 to quick add. So we're assuming the supplier isn't on the system already. I can click here save, and yeah, you can populate in the address details, telephone numbers, etc. that supplier. When you're done, you click save. Okay, now you get to where it shows you the cost. That is what the cost that you purchased from the supplier. Very important is that this cost price must always be excluding the VAT price. So if I put in here, let's say it cost 300. Okay, and there you can see it's got the VAT price and the selling price. So this is your selling price, that is your cost price. So this is including the VAT amount. So if you know what the price you're going to charge the customer, including the VAT, you can put in that amount there, and it will automatically calculate the excluding VAT price. And there you can see it also shows you the profits and the markups that it's calculated for that item as well. Okay. The next information, you can leave it. It shows you the unit. It's each. It's a single item, so we'll leave it as each. You can see there where it shows you the label type. Okay. You can then put in some text information. So whatever's going to appear on the label. So let's say we want to say it's going to be a ring. Okay. You can maybe use another line if you want to. You can say it's 18 karat. Okay. We can say it's yellow gold. Okay, and you've got a fourth line. There is a fifth line as well, but only use up to the fourth line. For most of the jewelry labels, only use 4 lines. Okay, so that's the main information that you can enter there. The last one you've got here is a valuation description. You can see it's copied the same information as the description there, but if you want some sort of specific, more maybe a detailed information for your valuation certificates, you can continue adding extra information into those lines there. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to just add an image to the item. So you'll see at the top there's a camera button here. It says the load image. So if I click on that button, you can now browse to on your computer where you might have saved the image for that specific jewelry item, maybe in a specific folder somewhere. You can browse to that folder. Okay, I'm just going to select something. I'm going to select an image, and then you say open. Okay, it opens the image. Notice when I move my mouse over, there's the little box, like a black little frame. This box basically you can crop in and you can zoom in on the image if you like. You see if I press the left click, it zooms in further. Okay, I press the right click, it zooms out. So once you're happy that you've got it cropped around the image that you want to, you double click on the left click button. You see it saved it onto that side now, the image, and you click on the save button, and here's your image saved over there. You can now click on the save button. Okay, and once you've done that, and if your label printer is on, you can be able to tell the system if you want to print 1 or 2 of the item. Okay, and you click on that button over there and the label will print out.